Hello. All right. So I have another story about the pioneers called Winter Days in the Big Woods. And again, try to think and make a list of things that the children and families did in those days that are so different from our ways now. They really had to work for what they needed and wanted, and the chores that the children had. And which of these things did this girl and her family do similar to the story I read you about Benjamin, and which things are different or shared in this story that weren't shared in the last one. All right, we've got the woods. Well, that's the same. We've got a log cabin back there and a deer. Okay, so far so good. Once upon a time, a little girl named Laura lived in the big woods of Wisconsin in a little house made of logs. So this story has a girl as the main character. The other one had a boy. Here she is picking some beautiful flowers. Not sure what those are. Here's her log cabin, similar to Benjamin's. Laura lived in the little house with her pa, her ma, her big sister Mary, her baby sister Carrie, and their good old bulldog Jack. I like how they call the dad Pa and the mom Ma. Where's Jack? Oh, there's Jack. Hey, look, carrying wood. That was something Benjamin had to do. Help carry wood for fire. Winter was coming to the big woods. Soon the little house would be covered with snow. Pa went hunting every day so that they would have meat during the long, cold winter. Benjamin's dad and uncle in the other story. He went hunting for food. Okay, that's the same. Ma, Laura, and Mary gathered potatoes and carrots and beets and turnips and cabbages and onions and peppers and pumpkins from the garden next to the little house. They're gathering vegetables. They have a vegetable garden. What was the food that Benjamin's family was growing? Do you remember? Yeah, it was corn. But here it lists other things. Carrots, turnips, cabbage, beets. What's she carrying? She's got her basket. Oh no, she's using her apron as a basket. Oh, I love that. Good way for carrying things. By the time winter came, the little house was full of good things to eat. Laura and Mary thought the attic was a lovely place to play. They played house by using the round orange pumpkins as tables and chairs, and everything was snug and cozy. You see the pumpkins they've got stored there for the winter. They've got their dolls. Now look here, onions. Look at these things hanging to dry. Just like we read about the Native Americans drying things out for the winter and putting in their parfleche bags. Well, here they are putting things in their attic. What else is hanging over here? Yeah, things for eating and some herbs. So cool. Soon the first snow came and it was very cold. In the mornings, the windows were covered with beautiful frost pictures of trees and flowers and fairies. Ma said that Jack Frost came in the night and made the pictures while everyone was asleep. Laura and Mary were allowed to use Ma's thimble to make pretty patterns of circles in the frost. Oh, I love doing that. A frosty morning, making some pictures on the window like that. Have you ever done that? So fun. Oh, look here. Look what they have for a light. Can you tell what that is? A candle. So they didn't have light bulbs and light switches like we have. They had to get light from fire. In the mornings, Laura and Mary helped Ma wash the dishes and make the beds. After this was done, Ma began the work that belonged to that day. Each day had its own proper work, Ma would say. So this is a nice little schedule they have. And they do certain big jobs by day. Wash on Monday, iron on Tuesday, mend on Wednesday, churn on Thursday, clean on Friday, bake on Saturday, and rest on Sunday. What does mend mean? Mend means to fix. Usually with something that made of cloth that has a hole, like a sock maybe. What is churn? Ah, we're gonna get there. There's churning. You know what she's making in there? Yeah, it's butter. Laura liked the churning and baking days best of all. Ma had to churn the cream for a long time until it turned into butter. Mary could sometimes churn while Ma rested, but Laura was too little. Laura just has to watch. So they put cow's cream, the cream of cow's milk in here, and then this wooden piece and this stick that goes up and down, up and down. She had to spend a really long time. Churn, 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 until it turned the cream into butter. We did an activity with our cream in a jar, right? Which is similar. Creates the same thing. On Saturdays, when Mom made the bread, Laura and Mary each had a little piece of dough to make into a little loaf. Ma even gave them a bit of cookie dough to make little cookies. Hey, so you know in class we have Play-Doh? Well, this was their Play-Doh. Their mom gave them little pieces of cookie dough and bread dough so they could shape and mold, nibble. After the day's work was done, Ma would sometimes cut out paper dolls for Laura and Mary. She drew their faces on with a pencil and cut dresses and hats and ribbons out of colored paper so that Mary and Laura could dress their dolls beautifully. So they didn't have toy stores or Amazon. So if you wanted a toy doll, this was one way to make one. Cut it out of paper and draw on faces and cut out clothes to tab on. But the best time of all was at night when Pa came home. He would throw off his fur cap and coat and mittens and call, "Where's my little half pint of sweet cider half drunk up?" And that was Laura, because she was so small. There she is. She's giggling. Her daddy's calling her. Look at that neat cap he's got. Coon skin cap. From a raccoon. Sometimes Pa would take down his fiddle and sing. Pa would keep time with his foot, and Laura and Mary would clap their hands to the music when he sang. Yankee Doodle went to town. He wore his striped trousies. He swore he couldn't see the town. There were so many houses. Oh, that's how they would have a good time. Dad playing, girls clapping and keeping time and singing. Look, even the baby loves it. And the dog, look at the dog. Oh. Other times, Pa would tell stories. When Laura and Mary begged him for a story, he would take them on his knees and tickle their faces with his long whiskers until they laughed out loud. His eyes were blue and merry, meaning happy and jolly and joyful. His beard tickling their faces. Here's another way of making light. An oil lamp. You have oil in here that burns to make that light. Outside it was cold and snowy, but the little log cabin was snug and cozy. Pa, Ma, Laura, Mary, and baby Carrie were were comfortable and happy in their little house in the big woods. Oh, look at that nice fire for keeping warm. All the pages in this book had the log cabin walls in the background. Isn't that cool? Makes you feel like you're really there. Look what she's doing. She's got a ball playing with Jack, tempting him. Oh, that's it. There they are. It's winter. They're snugging inside their nice little cabin. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.